Hello, beer tubers, and welcome to another beer review with me, Peter, the Master of Hops. Today, joined by Michael.
Oh, yeah.
And it's Friday. I started a new job. There will be a post, I think, about a competition, what's going on, whatnot. But I'm working at Bad Seed Brewing now. It's been my first week, and something happened during that week, which was I got a lot of beer from the States, which was a good timing to celebrate. So Joe sent over some more cans, and we got some other stuff. We traded for some Alchemist, so we have some 2-week-old Heady Topper and stuff. And as you might have seen, you can win a set. But we're checking out some Slice. Both Michael and I love West Coast IPAs.
Yep.
And it's one of those underplayed or underrated styles nowadays.
Definitely
Most people
underrated.
are like, oh, it's bitter, whatever. So that's how it is. But Slice,
It's clear. It's bitter. Do you have some hazy stuff?
yeah, Slice really nails the West Coast. I think they do decent. They do very good hazies, but they just nail New School West Coast, which I love. So we have 2 New School West Coast beers to check out from them that Joe was kind enough to send out. So thanks a ton to Joe. Check out his channel. Link for it is down below. Fresh from California, we got a can of Slice Hyper Skunk with a punk version of Pepe Le Pew, I think.
And in the blue corner we have Wonderbud.
Yes, and this is a collab with Wondrous Brewing.
Yeah.
I don't know where they're based. Did you look it up?
Yeah, but I forgot.
There you go. And I think this is a little bit of a tribute. It's called Wonderbud because it's a play on dank hops and all this, and I guess Wonder because of Wondrous Brewing. But they call it I think it's a tribute to Don't Fear the Reaper, who was the cult, because it says, "Hey bud, don't fear the reefer" on the back here. So this is 7%. This is 6.8%, but we're going to start with Hyper Skunk because it's the oldest. It is almost 4 weeks. It's 3 weeks and 5 days, and this is 1 week and 5 days or so. So really fresh, which is awesome.
Fresh hops.
Fresh hops. Or maybe it's actually, no, it's like 10, it doesn't
10.
matter. It's really
fresh.
Fucking fresh. So let's start off here with Hyper Skunk. This West Coast, New School West Coast IPA is 7%, as I said, and it's hopped with Mosaic and Nectaron hops. Mosaic, you guys know, Nectaron, a newer New Zealand hop. Wow, look at that. That is beautiful. It is got chill haze, but that is clear beer.
I'm just caressing the glass here.
Yeah. Oh man, I can smell this. It's it's just like bright golden yellow. It's a canvas for hops to shine.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It is, and then
it looks like a light pilsner.
Yeah, it does, and I love the streaming carbonation on there.
Yeah,
it looks like it's fairly well carbonated too. So. Do you want to check out the aroma on this?
Yes, sir.
Let's do it. Oh yeah, really nice. Yeah. It's really blueberry kush like.
Just what I need.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so much blueberry kush, man. It's it's dank blueberries for days. It's not as intense on blueberry cushy notes as their Wowie Nugs, which was just the most weedy beer I've ever had. But I think there's a good amount. And I totally sense almost like Nelson-like vibes from Nectaron.
Yeah, I have also some
it's like
gooseberries or something. Yeah,
and like vineyard notes. And
yeah, actually, I can smell some white wine and some gooseberries and blueberries.
I think it's just like a little more limey maybe and lemony than Nelson. I'm getting like lime zest as well.
It's such a fresh smell.
Yeah, and it's so dank, and it's pure hop aroma. It's like hop centric aroma, and it's like super clean as well, like lagers. Like there's no yeast flavor really. It's just pure, fresh, bright hop character where the hops really shine. There's a little bit of an earthy note on the back, which could be Mosaic, but it smells dope. Let's drink this. Cheers.
Stop talking.
Thanks,
Stop
Joe.
Drinking.
Oh, I could crush a million cans of this.
That hits the spot. Oh, this is
that is so good. One thing,
perfectly carbonated.
Awesome carbonation, awesome dryness, awesome bitterness. Like one of the things, and it just
it's
snaps
just so balanced.
And it snaps with hop flavor. One of the things that really disappointed me a little bit when European brewers do these kind of beers, they seem like they hold back with hops. This is super hop forward. Like there's so much hop flavor, but it's just that class. the flavor of the actual hop. It's not like that juicy thing that people are used to nowadays. It's just like this really fruity hop flavor that in a really clean beer.
I'm not so technical, but something here reminds me of a goat beer, a Danish goat beer. You know, I mean the malt and the bitterness. I know it's a long time since I've had a strong lager. It has some taste references to that.
I think it's because first of all it's super clean and crisp.
Yeah.
You know, gold lagers, as you call it in Denmark, is Dortmunder Export.
Yeah.
And those are technically stronger lager beers. Often they are a little bit more hot than a Helles, not as hot as a Pilsner. And, you know, it has the same maybe clean kind of profile, something like that.
And then a bit sweet malt thing.
And I think that's it. Because they often have a little bit of an accentuation of it, like a sweet kind of bready malt. And there's definitely something in here like that. Maybe they use Pilsner malt as their base malt.
Yeah.
That could be it instead of an extra pale ale malt. Because Pilsner malt will give this, like, really pale color. It smells so dope.
Mm. And it tastes so dope. As you said, I could chuck this in. Yeah.
It's so drinkable.
It is.
I'm really getting
this dryness and the
again, bitterness.
It has some wine notes too.
Yeah,
white wine.
Yeah, it's definitely like white wine, like tropical white wine.
And
tropical white grapes.
That's just.
And then total like that blueberry kush thing, but it's like more. It's like a mix of blueberry kush and kind of tropical vibes.
Yeah.
And it's towards that kind of like limey and lemony thing, and then there's that slight
earthiness, slight peppery notes.
Yeah, it's peppery too for sure. Man, it's really good.
It is good.
It tastes like beer. It doesn't taste like fruit juice, which is awesome.
It tastes like beer, but I would really prefer some hazy stuff that tastes like fruit.
Yeah. No, I love haze. You love haze.
I love haze too. I'm just kidding because. As we talked about earlier, it's a shame that this style is so underrated.
Yeah, I think so. This is fucking awesome. I don't know if it's world class, but it's really fucking good.
Yeah, I think in 93, 94.
Yeah, I was thinking 94. But let's jump on to the collab with Wondrous Brewing. They dropped this not too long ago. 6.8%. The hops on this are Nelson, Citra, and Columbus Cryo. So the idea with cryo hops is that there's less plant matter. So you don't get too much of a green earthy thing from it. You should get more of the expression of flavor, fruit and whatnot in the hop. And Columbus is citrus.
For dry hopping or
mostly people use it for dry hopping. And Columbus, you know Nelson and Citra, but Columbus is an interesting one because it can sometimes be like fairly grapefruity and citrus, but it also has a little bit of a chivy vibe, almost like onion.
It was often used in old school.
Yes,
double IPAs.
So many old school West Coast IPAs have it, and often it's also been used for bitterness.
And all the old school,
And then Citra, I guess that's new old school now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a classic by now. And Nelson is fairly classical for Southern Hemisphere hops, but it's just dope. But yeah, this one is a whole lot fresher, and then it's I'm hashtag Nelson boners. Mosaic is also one of my favorite hops, but Nelson is just it's my jam. So it looks very much the same.
Yeah, a little bit more golden as we talk about.
Yeah, it's just a little bit more golden in color, but it's just very, very light looking, and a very nice streaming carbonation as well on this one, and a fluffy looking eggshell colored white head. Let's check out Wonderbud. Oh yeah, it's really Nelson-like. It's almost catty, like catty dank.
Yeah, I can see.
But I'm totally smelling Columbus chives, like garlic or something like that, like chivy, garlicky.
I can see
aromas.
That. Definitely.
Or a spring onion or something like that.
Oniony, garlicky. Yeah, I can see what you mean.
And then there's definitely like a nice underplayed, just like
so
sweet
dank.
citrus. But it's really dank. That's one of the things with Slice. Their beers are crazy dank.
And we like that.
Yeah. I love it. It's a bit more singy and aromatic.
It's more
than
popping
this.
too.
Yeah,
a little bit more popping in the nose.
It's definitely because it's so fresh.
Perhaps.
This is a total Nelson beer, but with an old. Like it smells like a hybrid of old and new because you get Columbus. I think there is that.
It actually. It could be a double IPA, but it's quite a strong single IPA.
6.8.
Yeah.
So, but it smells really good. And then, again, there is some underplayed sweet citrus, I think, classic sweet citrus. But it smells really damn good. Let's try it.
Let's try this one.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks, Joe. Oh, there's so much Nelson on that.
So soft.
It's so
fluffy.
chuggable. It's really fluffy, yeah. The carbonation, I actually thought would be a little bit higher, but
Yeah, me too.
It's an interesting choice with the hops because up front you're getting like this really nice caddy dank and also like this like screams Nelson in terms of tropical. I think like grapes. Yeah. Still more so than this. You know like definitely. This is more mosaic centric, but it has so much of that. And then there's like that chivy, spring oniony, garlicky onion flavor from Columbus.
Very different.
But it has like a slight, you know, a whiff of like a candied citrus or something like that.
Some candied stuff.
Ultra balanced.
It's super. If you take the other one, this is so much more soft.
Yeah.
And round.
Yeah, it has a better mouthfeel.
Yeah.
This is a bit more edgy.
Also, yeah, it's more soft in the taste. Soft. The flavors are more round and.
Yeah, soft. This is a bit more raw.
Yeah,
and it bites a bit more on the tongue.
Exactly.
I want to try and mix them. Just have a sip of each.
I would say if this one had been as fresh as this one, I actually think I would prefer the first one.
Mm. Oh, try and take a sip of each. That's really good.
I'm just
cuvée it up. But I think I'd agree. I think I'd prefer Hyper Skunk. Just I'd say I'd prefer them equally as they are now.
Yeah.
But I think I would prefer Hyper Skunk a little bit more if it was fresher. But I would definitely give this a 94 as well. I think it's a really nice West Coast IPA. They're just close to the world class. Yeah. They just need a little whiff more of hops. But I think a lot of the single IPAs from Slice, once in a while they drop one, which is like double dry hop and crazy, like they did with Wowie Nugs, which was, I think I gave it a 96 or 97. It was just so nuts. Whereas
also, I had the Skunk, what was it called?
Hippie keg. That was also like crazy hop saturated and out there and awesome.
Yeah.
And these, I think this is a lot of their... Yeah, but I think it's also part of the idea with these kind of single IPAs they do, and when they don't double dry hop a lot of these new school West Coast, is like they're more drinkable. Yeah. Like it's something I could drink like these two cans, these two more. I could probably drink a 6-pack of these. Like you'd be pretty drunk because they're strong, but there's like the drinkability is so high, and that's something you really can't fault with West Coast IPA. Like when it's done like this, I totally see lines towards the lagers and pilsners, but in an ale variant with modern hops and lots of bitterness, like.
Yeah, I totally agree. I can totally see that, as I said, with this one, the lager references, the lager notes.
Oh man, it's so, like, if you don't like that Caddy Nelson flavor, you will not like that.
This is so fluffy. Also, the combination is it's so round.
Mm-hmm. It's almost like it has like a slight candy note. Yeah. It's like almost like gooseberry candy, or I don't know. Something
yeah, I agree. There's some sweet note in this one.
But fuck, they're good.
They're so hard.
Man, I really West Coast needs to come back. Like,
come on.
So where I'm working
now, you're the
now,
West Coast. Yeah. You're the lager. Come on.
Like who runs and owns my new boss is pretty interested in this new school West Coast approach. So maybe that's something whenever there will be time in the future that we can play around with. That would be interesting. That would be fun.
Definitely.
Because I think this is awesome beer, and it's just something I want to see more of, like to break the norm of haze. But I think 94 is great scores for both of these. They're great West Coast IPAs, and they have like 4.1 or something like that on Untappd, which I think is just
too low.
It's just sad. Like they should be closer to the 4.3 or something.
Yeah,
4.4.
I would say the same thing.
Because they're fucking great West Coast IPAs. It's just because they are like.
It's not in.
It's not in. Yeah, it's not like it's the same with Pilsner.
It's not popular.
Yeah, but yeah. You agree with grades on
we have our opinion.
Yeah, yes, that's how it is.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Thanks for sharing. I don't think I have anything to add. It's just great beers, and they are perfect on a Friday afternoon.
This is great, and I'm happy that you were here as well to try them, because I know you love West Coast beers. So, there we go. So, thanks a ton for these, Joe. You're the man for sending them over. It was awesome to try some fresh West Coast IPA in the new school approach. So, if you guys had a chance to try either Hyper Skunk or a Wonder Bud from Slice, and in this case, Slice and Wondrous Brewing, let us know what you thought of the beers. I think they are dope, and so does Michael. And as always, remember to comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page and Twitter and Instagram. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and ring the bell for future notifications about videos. And we're going to say cheers. There we go. Best Coast. And see you guys
cheers
in the beer review.